Alright guys, it's another video from the White Shorts Club. This time I'm Myth and I'm over here with Kaichou.
Hey, what's up?
Like we said last week with the case opening, we're gonna start introducing deck profiles for each of the Bang Dream individual bands, so monoband decks. Mainly because Band League is gonna be a thing for a Kara Expo, so figure give you guys some ideas on how to play for band league, or if you just like a certain band, here's some ideas for a couple of decks. You know.
All right. So let's start off with our level zeros. We play three of the free runners. The reason I only play three because I had to use the slots to play other cards in my level zero game, and I don't really think you need those free runners as much. And for the second card, it's your just standard tap salvage brainstormer. Beginning of your climax phase, you can give one of your characters 500 power. Also, I only play three because you really only need three, and since like it's band league, you're not gonna be playing against anyone with like abyssals, shooting your back.
True.
Yeah. And moving on to the Cosme Ricky. This Ricky is when this card is placed into the ring from the stage, you can pay one clock top of your deck and salvage a character with with any of the Poppin Party names. So basically, your whole deck. Uh, you play
Um,
you play two of this, so people don't leave at 0-5, and sometimes you can want to grab your level one combo, anyways. So
Not
you can
level
hard mode.
restricted. That's the best part.
Yeah, it's not level restricted. It's only name restricted. So you can't sin with it, but
Yeah.
it's still a good card. Allows you to mow harder for your gates because you want to get those gates so you can pop off.
Yeah.
And then you have the level zero Saya. She gains a level and a 1K if you have two or less cards in your stock. So this is mainly there just to deal with the oversized beaters and also deal with those pesky bombs like Sayo and
Yeah.
yeah, Hagumi, because you don't want to be trading in like your runners and stuff. And then you have the Cosme Top Checker. This card is on play via the top of your deck if it's a music or the event that goes with a level one Christmas combo. You can add to your hand and pitch a card. So this is really good just to get some hand filter in your deck. It allows you to grab your events too, so you can use it during your level one to get your level one combo.
It's
And then
pretty good.
yeah, I play two of the Arista Top Checker. So this card gets Bonsai in your hand, irrelevant because I don't play the Bond to Toilet. Uh, so whenever another music character or this card is played, you can look at the top of your deck. And she has Act, rest this card, give a character 1K. So I use this for mainly just the top check effect. It's really good to confirming your toilets later in the game and just knowing like you get your Cosme top check burners to go off for that one extra damage. And then moving on to the one-ups utility lineup, I play one Cosme on play pitch a climax salvage a character, one regular drop searcher, and one of the ROM promos on play, pay one pitch a card, look it up to three and add a card. And
Okay.
that rounds up your level 0 to 17.
So, just ask some questions here. Like, what are your thoughts on some of the other zeros that could be like alternatives if like people wanted to try different builds or like different tech choices mainly because some of these cards aren't exactly easy to get mainly because of how useful
All
a
the
lot of
stuff,
them are.
yeah. Some of them are pretty old. Like the Rickies are pretty expensive, and
Remy Brainstorm's not always the
yeah, Ruby
easiest to find.
Brainstorms. You can always play be just the regular Cosmic Brainstormer from the TD. She's a draw brainstormer, and she has Act, pay one picture climax salvage. If you're trying to play for budget, you can also cut the um, the Sayo the
This
Sayo beaters for the submarine, the Taya submarine, which is on play. If your opponent has one or less characters in the front row, you can bottom deck a cost zero.
okay, because I know that there's a lot of pretty crazy options
Yeah,
at
there's a
level
lot of
0,
options.
mainly for
Also,
Poppin.
yeah, you can also play the Saya play top check ad pitch from multi live. It's on play 15, so it's a 3K body if you can't find the promo costumes.
And then there's also the drop salvage Saya.
Yeah, you can
Uh,
also play that too.
and that card is also pretty solid, but
It's pretty nice.
it's just a
I
lot
just
of
didn't play it
options.
because the deck already has so much salvage that I didn't want to play more
Yeah.
salvage. Yeah.
All right. Moving on
All
to
right,
your level
so
ones.
moving on to level ones, you play 4 of the Christmas Cosmic combos. I know this is an expensive card in English meta, but it's either this or Fever, and they're both equally expensive. But since I do own this combo, I think this combo is really nice since you have a level 3 that goes well with the events you play. So the Christmas Cosmic is every time you play another character, up to 2 times per turn, she gains 1k. So she's 6/5 if you play her last, or you play other characters. And then on attack, if you have a Twinkle Twinkle Little Star of the Gate, which you can salvage the event from your waiting room. And the event is Brainstorm 3, and then you can salvage the characters you mill. So basically, if you mill 3 music characters, you can salvage a level 3 or lower, and so on.
It's not bad. The event is almost always live, I feel like, because as long as you mill a character, as long as
Yeah, you can
it's
just
level
loop the
1 or
combo over
lower.
again as long as you mill one character.
Yeah.
It kind of sucks when you mill an event into climaxes, like post refresh. It's a little unlucky.
Yeah.
Yeah, and there's nothing really in Band League to stop you from playing events either, so
I think the
it's not
best part
great.
is that there's no requirement. You can just play
Yeah,
the event on an empty board and call it a day.
that's pretty nice. I like Toilet over here.
We'll get to it in a
We'll
little
get to
bit.
it later. I play one Remy. She gives a global 5. She has an irrelevant climax combo because we don't play it. And then beginning of your opponent's attack phase, you may choose one of your music characters and move it to an empty position with a character facing it. Note that she can also choose herself, so she can move herself too. So this card is mainly there just for the Roselia matchup, for that 3/2 Yukina, so you don't take like a million damage.
Yeah.
And yeah, there's not a lot of reverses in Band League, so I only really need to play one, and I think this deck has enough uh, power to like just grab it when you need to. And I played 2 bombs, 1/0, 3/5, just regular vanilla bombs. I chose this one over the Cosmic because I like having more power in defense, so my opponent just doesn't crash in at level 0 for it and trade
Yeah.
with the Cosmic. And since I'm playing 6 events or 7 events, uh, the Cosmic top checker isn't always reliable, even though you do have the Odyssey to confirm your top check. I don't really think you need the power in this deck as opposed to you are playing Fever and you need the 2k to get over your opponent's bar.
Yeah.
And then moving on to the toilet events. So the toilet event is if you have 2 or less characters, you can't play this card. When you do play this card, you can choose up to 1 music character and put it into stock and choose one of your characters and it gets the following ability. On attack, you can review the top of your deck. If it's a music character, you can add it to your hand. So this card is just there if you really need the 1 stock, or if you see something on the other side that you like, and you can just play it and add it to hand. You don't really need this card as much, but you can add stock for your combos later in the game.
I mean, considering that your top end is pretty expensive to get everything
Yeah, it is.
off, so like getting that
It's always
extra
nice to play
stock
it.
when you have the opportunity.
Yeah. So that rounds up my level 1s to 13.
Okay. Next up, we got some two level 2 cards, few one ofs.
Yeah, there are a bunch of 1-0s, but so starting off, you have the Slayer Cosme 2/1 7/5. When against a level 3, it becomes 13/5. It's just your standard Slayer. I chose the Slayer over the bomb, the Ruby bomb, because I just like having cards that are better in the gate game or late game. The Ruby Bomb does have the nice effect of she pumps power equal to the number of events in your way room times 1500, which is nice to get over those early plays, but I don't really think you really need to play the bomb. The Slayer is fine against a lot of matchups because against Roselia, they have the early play that's 10k. If Afterglow is playing the wrong package, it's like 11-5. It's not too bad.
Peso can get their level 3 at level 1.
Yeah, if someone plays Pace on Bad League, yeah, good luck with that, dude.
Monk ass.
Yeah. I guess yeah, because yeah, and then you have the refresh counter. Pay 2 to refresh your deck. It's on the ban list in JP, so we gotta abuse that. Sometimes you just need to get out of your deck or refresh your deck real quick because you trigger 3 or something.
Yeah.
It's always good because you're playing 8 gates too, so you can always have access to it. Another one is your one buns events. Your buns event is it puts all your opponent's stock into the weight room, and your opponent puts the same amount from the top of their deck into their stock. Also another ban list card. Bun is just a good card in general. I like playing it, so you can just mess up those compression decks. So anyone playing Roselia, mostly.
Also doesn't have restriction, so
Yep, it's free card.
just play it on empty board.
Yep. And I play the one anti-change counter, just in case. It's pitch 2, choose one of your opponent's higher level characters and put it in the weight room. It's a 2/5 backup. Sometimes you don't have the Slayer and you have backup, so it's just playing double anti-change just to be safe.
Okay. Hey, you have flexibility.
Yeah. Okay, so move on to our level 3s. Let's start off with the combo, which is costing me this combos with the other gate. It's an on-play heal. On attack, you can pay to pitch a red card from your hand and burn for the number of somewhere in the warehouses, which is the same event you get with your level 1 combo, and this card gains 3k at the end of the turn. So this card is your main finisher in the deck. What's nice is it also has the same Climax combo as the next card I want to be talking about, which is another cost me. This card is on play. You can draw 2, draw up to 2, ditch 2, and then put the top card of your deck into your stock. And she combos the same gate as the last one. When the gate is played on the stage, you can choose up to, and this card is in the center stage, you can choose up to one of your characters, one character with music, not really matters, but in your hand and put it to any position on the stage, and this card gains 3,000. And also it has on attack, you can pay 4, mill the top of your deck and burn equal to the level, so it's Masashi.
Level +1, right?
Yeah, +1 level. So it's Masashi basically on attack. It doesn't require Climax combo, it's more instances of damage. So mainly what you do with this combo is you play the Climax combo cost me that allows you to bring a card from your hand, and then you can play any other card because since it's played from hand, you still get the on play effect. So you play the they both burn, so I don't actually know how to classify this.
You just get additional. It's basically kind of like a get one free, like buy one get one free deal.
You just get to play a card for free from your hand, so it allows you to acquire less stock to your combos.
Saves you the 2 stock, yeah.
Yeah, it does. So you can use that 2 stock to burn. And then I play 2 of the more costumes. On play real top of your deck, if it's a music character, burn 1. And during your turn, if you have 4 or more other music characters, this card gains 5k, and your opponent cannot play backups or events during the start of battle.
Yeah, dude, 15k. No interaction.
Yeah, no interaction. Like, this card is just nice. It's just extra damage you can do, and then maybe you're scared of that Afterglow rest counter.
It's also good because of Adisa, like you said, where you can just confirm your burn ones.
Yeah, the confirm one. It's just more instances of damage that you can do.
Yeah.
In my first build, I used to run the Adisa 3-2, which is also on the ban list, that gives you global 15, and then on play rest one of your standing characters, and your opponent chooses a climax in the weight room and returns all the other cards into their deck. I used to play this card, but then I realized that this card's condition is really hard. Like a lot of the times, my opponent's gonna be out like 2 or 3 climaxes, so I don't want to be shuffling in those climaxes. And the power doesn't really matter, so I just cut that and I played another Cosme Burn instead.
Yeah. But you have an 8 gates build. I think the star beat that's for your level 3 also comes as a stock soul.
Yes, it also comes as a stock soul.
So,
So I
options.
initially tried out stock soul. Like the stock soul is nice because you're allowed to just like have one less stock for your combo. But what I realized is that trading stocks on the late game is pretty bad. It kind of sucks a little bit. Swing for like fives.
The overswing can throw
Yeah, it
games.
can matter sometimes. But being able to play anti-stock slows, just like in the mid game, if you don't have your gates to generate stock for your level 3,
Yeah.
is kind of nice. Yeah.
One thing I noticed is that you only run 6 blue, it looks like, in your deck.
Yeah, blue is pretty dangerous. But
So
sometimes you gotta level up a toilet. Or a lot of the times I don't really play the toilet.
yeah.
So it's just there as level. Yeah, I just one of them is gonna be on the board, the other one I try to get in my clock. Sometimes it just naturally comes. But
Yeah.
you don't really need to play any blue besides from the toilet.
Because it also helps considering that your level 3 is pitch a red card, so you don't
Yeah.
have to worry about like getting jammed up with those tie
Yeah.
or Arisa cards
Red
that
card's good because you can pitch like climaxes and events, stuff like that.
yeah
Yeah.
can pitch events so that way you can add the extra burn one.
Yeah, also with the stock sell interaction, you can stock sell the event and burn for like exact damage, but the burn has to be on your last attack since it's a pay 2.
Yeah.
But yeah,
So you get a
yeah,
lot of versatility with how you want to
with like
line up
stock
your
sell and
damage.
stuff. Yeah, the options. I just like 8 gates because hands is always good. You know?
Yeah, I mean, being able to have access to a lot of your cards is always good, nice.
Yeah.
So I noticed that we've been talking a lot about kind of like the extra instances of burn for your deck. So you want to go through kind of like what the rule of thumb or like how you want to play your end game for this deck, like how much stock you need and what you need to do for those. So
All right. So you
uh,
moved on, right?
yeah, we're on the combos
Okay.
where we're talking about
So
all the moves.
so here's some possible combos that I've listed out for you guys. So obviously you have the 2 stock combo where you can just play a Cosme and then blind stock one, and then play another level 3 from your hand. That combo is pretty standard, so I'm just not going to mention that. Yeah, so you have the first combo is 5 stock. So 5 stock nets you 3 attacks, 2 burns, or 1 Musashi.
You get a
So
choice.
yes, is the choices. So what happens is you have 5 stock, you play the Cosme, you go down to 4 because you blind stocks one, and then you play the 2-1 from your hand. Or
Or
hard play it, so you go to
yeah,
1 stock. And then you play the combo. You play the other one for free. So then you do your swings, and then you get your. You can have options with your swings. If you want to like burn for your damage, if you want big damage, you can go for the 2 burns, or maybe you get lucky. Since there's a lot of zeros and ones in this deck, your Massage is going to be about for like 1 or 2 damage. So if you need exact damage, Massage is always nice.
precision.
Yeah, there's a lot of damage manipulation with this deck, so it requires a lot of thinking to like you want the exact damage.
Yeah.
And for 8 stock, you can get 3 attacks, 2 burns, and a Masashi. So this is just more instant damage.
This is
And
why not both?
yeah, you can just do both for 8 stock. And then for the big damage is 10 stock. You have 3 attacks, a burn 1, 2 additional burns from the Kasumi and the Masashi.
So
So it's just like that's a lot of instances of damage.
I know that we've been testing out the 8 gate version. How consistent have you gotten to like 10 and 8 stock? Because I know that you
So
get to 5 stock pretty
yeah,
free.
10 is actually really hard. I've actually done it like once. That's like super grind game. Like you're just playing super long. 8 stock is more reasonable, I've gotten that a few times, but a lot of the times, I think just the 5 stock is enough to finish off your opponent if they're like a 3-0. Maybe
Yeah.
even like 2-5, right? And you burn for 3, swing 3, burn 3, swing 3. Like, it's possible for them to actually take that damage.
Yeah. So it's like you kind of have your choice of how excessive you want to be with your brute force of strength.
Yeah, also note that this is with the gate climax, so just -1 if you're playing the stock still.
4 stock, 7 stock, 9 stock.
Pretty
Pretty
nice combo.
manageable numbers.
Yeah, it's possible.
Okay. And then I think you also have a side build that you were experimenting with pretty
Yeah,
recently, where you were
so
trying out the standby shenanigans.
if it's standby shenanigans, it's like, because since everyone plays like 8 standby meta nowadays, like I thought about trying out a standby popping. I've seen people play it.
Considering that the only band who could out it is Hello Happy World with Wind,
Yeah, those wins are
like
pretty annoying. But yeah,
standby is actually an option.
like this is big walls, like your opponent just can't get over it.
Yeah.
But then like the other bands, they just have like on attack effects. So like Yukina just goes off, you know. I'll have where it just goes off with theirs. Pesto is kind of big enough to deal with this, but then you have counters, so
Yeah.
not really. Unless they play the new one, it becomes like 11k, which is pretty big. The new 2-1 Maya.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
The
that
one
one's
that's the combo.
yeah, the switcheroo combo.
Switcheroos.
Yeah.
But you want to do just a quick overview, mainly just talking about some of the new cards that are in
Yeah.
this.
So you have your standard 4 runners in this deck. So this deck, you just play 4 runners because you kind of just need to get free advantage and just be
You
able to
also
have
need to not
characters
break at level 0.
yeah, you need to like have characters to swing with. And the next year it's the brainstormer that I was talking about before, the tap self draw brainstormer with the act pay one picture climax salvage character. She's Uso because she also combos with 2 other characters later in the profile that I'm gonna talk about. I thought about playing her at 4. I just wanted to try it out at 3 to see how consistent, and it wasn't too bad a lot of the times. I'm able to get one. Worst case scenario is you have to stand by it out, which is pretty bad, but you gotta do what you gotta do.
Modern problems require modern solutions, dude.
Yeah. You have the 2 Sios. This is the TD. It gives global 5, and when you use an act ability, give a character 500. It's there just to make your walls even bigger. Your backups become 2/5s now because we're privileged with our 2k counters instead of 1/5 it now.
Nice set 2.
Yeah, set 2 is very nice. And then we got the million life or multi-life top checker. At pitch becomes 3k. Just some hand filter.
Option B for
yeah.
not breaking.
Yeah, in case you don't have a stock or you don't want to spend stock because this deck just dies to a level 1 stock since you need to like feed a lot of you need to feed the 1/1s or you need the 1 stock to activate your standby target.
Yeah.
Submarines just to deal with more dangerous cards.
Tai, more anti-brick measures.
Yeah, just get some plusing zeros out there, you know?
Yeah.
Because we don't have your standard 1 drop searcher, the drop salvager, and then the ROM PR.
Oh, the other thing to know about the drop salvage is that it also has mill 2. If you hit a climax, you can pump 15.
Yeah.
And then when you do the drop salvage, it's like, what, 1k?
It gives 1k, yeah. So the 15 goes to anyone, but the 1k goes to another character.
Okay.
Yeah, so mostly I play this for the mill 2, so you can get your standby targets out. And salvage, maybe you do need a salvage, but and you don't want to pitch a climax. Some hand filter.
You never know.
Yeah, no breaking. We don't want to break with this deck.
The 0 is literally just no bricks.
Yeah. Since you're playing 8 standbys, like you just gotta filter your hand somehow.
Yeah. All right.
You can also ditch like your standby targets, which is nice too.
Pretty good.
Then moving on to your level 1s, you play 4 the 1/1 tie. So
wait,
if you have
only see 3.
Oh yeah, you play three. You play three.
Yeah.
That was my original build.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you play three. If she sees the level 0 Cosby Brainstormer in the back row, she gains 2k power, so she becomes 8k base, and she has hand on core. This is your main level 1. You're going to be standbying out. So if you were to play standby at 0, you would want this. So she becomes huge. You also have global 5 in the back to back her up, so she becomes 8-5. You have a 2k counter that becomes 2-5.
Plus another
So
500 from the axe, so 11.
yeah, you come 11. Like you're just big. Like not a lot of decks can deal with this right now because Yukina combo goes up 6k. If they play the other Yukina, they become 7k.
I
They can't really do.
mean, Band League literally is can't deal with it except for Hello Happy World. Like
Yeah,
we
like there's no
were
sinning, so you could. It's pretty hard to deal with this stuff.
yeah. Rip Fever.
Rip Fever, except yeah,
Well, it actually
um,
cost me bomb for
yeah, they can bomb this, but you can't cost 0 bomb this. So, but you can just regular bomb
yeah.
this. So Hello
Unfortunate.
Happy World can't really bomb this. They have to win this, and yeah, Poppin Party counters itself, so it's balanced.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then you have the Taya combo, another Taya from Multi Live. It combos with the standby. When you play the standby, you can pay one, stand one of your other Popping Party characters. That trade actually matters because a lot of your deck is not Popping Party, or like some of your deck isn't Popping Party. So yeah, you just play this with standby. You standby out your target, and then you stand in a swing. That's pretty
Especially
standard.
since you have a lot more blue in this deck compared to the other one, so you actually have to remember that you need both colors in order to do the tie combo.
Yep, it's kind of like a blue card coming with a red card. We've seen
Unfortunate.
that before. Yeah, or I can just straight up play out the 1/1 walls. It's not too bad either.
Yeah.
You have options. Also, I played 2 copies of the Artista. She also comes with a Brainstormer. If she sees the Brainstormer, she gets on reverse. You get a blind stock one. So this there just to generate more stock, so you can able to hand filter more freely. And it's the other creature that you want to bring out. Also with the counter, she becomes 8k. So it's on your opponent's turn. You can get a blind stock and maybe get a card closer to canceling.
Man's insane.
Yeah, I just added this in last one because like I think the stock is important. Even though you don't really need stock for your level 3, being able to have stock
The
and this card
luxury is nice.
yeah, having a free card that actually does something for you and play is a lot better than just playing an empty tie and just swinging with 5k.
Yeah.
5k kind of sucks though. You don't have the back row because like it ties with you, dude. It's kind of unlucky. But the other decks, yeah, it's not too bad. Zelia's best deck in Ban League, huh?
Maybe.
Maybe. Alright, moving up to your level 2s. I play 2 of the 2/2 Sayas. She gains 1k for each other music, she becomes 10-5, and she has be on your Encore step. If you don't have a rested character, you pay 1 rest this card. Basically, she never dies. She's just your standby target. She's also what you bring out with the standby, so you can stand it with the tie. Those are the 2 combos
Yeah.
that are meant for each other. Your 2/2. And then moving on to the one-ups of the 2, I play 1 copy of the Artista. So she's from the first set, the Poppin Party. She has on front attack. You can pay 1, sack this card, choose up to 1 of the swimsuit Artistas, and put it as a defending character. And she has resonate with the swimsuit Artista, beginning your climax phase. This card gains no penalty for side attacking.
I thought it was 1 soul, but okay.
Yeah, no penalty.
No penalty. It's pretty good.
And then you have your free fresh counter again. You have your anti-change counter, you have your buns. Those are just standard cards you play. Good cards. Always play those.
Solid.
So, and then moving on to level 3. So this is a 3 combo that we got recently. There's not a lot of good combos in Popping Party that revolve on standby. Because, like, you don't have other standby targets. Because usually you standby out, like, 32 Chisato and get some burns, huge walls.
But we're in Band League, so.
Yeah, we're in Ban League, so we gotta play different stuff. So this card is early play if you have 2 less climax. -1 level. I rarely play at level 2 though, because it doesn't really do as much. It's on play, draw 2, ditch 2, blind stock 1 again. And then combos with the other standby. On reverse, you can pay 1, deal 1 damage, and salvage up 1 card. Salvage 1 character. So usually, if you want to play this at 2, right? It's just getting ready to set up for your level 3 gameplay, but I just play at level 3 to deal exact 1 damage or pings, because theoretically, if you're playing standby, you already have like 2 soul beaters at level 2, so you should be ahead in damage anyways, so you don't really need a big finisher.
Especially since standby doesn't give soul as it is, so you're already swinging for minimal damage as it is.
Minimal damage. Yeah. And next we have 3 copies of the Swimsuit Arisa. This is the change target for the 2/1. She has a Ellie clone, 5 times 500. On play, you can heal 1, and then on your opponent's turn, when you take damage during this card's battle, you can pay 2, pitch a card, and your opponent takes the same amount of damage.
It's the most cheese way to get someone while they're at level 2 or at level 3.
Like,
just
you
accelerate
basically
game state.
You basically sit on this most of the time because you just want to, because you don't really have any like real sense of damage.
Yeah.
So basically, your damage comes from your opponent doing damage to you. So.
Well, usually you just sit on the 2/1, and then they just have to decide if they're gonna side that lane for the rest of the game.
Yeah, it does threaten a little bit. I actually thought about playing 2 of the 2/1, but I had to cut some slots.
Yeah.
For it, and to play an extra copy of it. She's also your only healer in this deck, so it matters sometimes. Also, Revenge Burner at a 3/6 doesn't matter.
Yeah.
And then tier 1 of, you have another top check burner. We always want more damage, and non-interaction's always nice. And this one, the 3/2 artist, shuffles everything back in your deck except 1 climax. Global 15, it's usually there for the global 15. It's also your standby target, so because you just want to sit on bigger walls.
Yeah.
Than your walls already are. And then the other global 15 from the new set. Note that the artist has the music and the costume is the Poppin Party. So that the trait matters. Yeah. Cosme also has on-play heal. Rarely you play for Panda. And she also has the Amagi effects for Poppin Party. So that's not really relevant though. She's just there for more power. You could play 2 Arisas if you really wanted to. But ideally, if you stand by the Cosme on a level 2, you can Amagi the next turn, but it's a little slow for that, I think.
Yeah, you just get the utility effect if you happen to get it at level 2.
Yeah, because usually you're sitting on the 2/2 Sayas, and the Arisa, those 2 are Poppin Party, so they're decent size.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Poppin Party is unlucky because everything from the first set is not Poppin Party. It's music and then their own trait. So
rip.
So yeah, but anything from Gar's Bad Party and up are Poppin Party trait. So those cards are pretty nice to play.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Kaichou, since you're the main Poppin Party fan at the White Shorts Club here, so you want to give some final thoughts on how good Poppin Party is, mainly for Band League, like if you think it's good, if it's fun, things like that.
I think the 8-gate build is a lot better than the standby since it's like a lot more consistent and you have damage output. And you're able to consistently just get your combos since it's on attack, so you don't have to worry about reversing anything. Both your combos are on attack, so it's just free.
Yeah.
I think in Band League, right, Poppin Party and Roselia, they just fight for the top. Roselia has a little bit of edge with their more consistent. The deck's a lot more consistent now with the new stuff coming out. They have a lot of ways to deal with your threats. The standby deck, the 2/1 Rinko is pretty nice.
2/1 Rinko is like the out to standby.
Yeah, the out to standby. You have the anti-change counter now. You have to worry about that. Yeah, Rosella is just a scary deck in general. But if you play your cards right, maybe you get lucky and they eat damage and they know 4 climaxes off Yukino Amelia combo.
Yeah.
As opposed to the other bands, I think Against Afterglow, well, Afterglow is fine, even with the new stuff. Their Fever combo is pretty bad, so no one's gonna play that. You just play Mocha. Mocha doesn't kill you at 3-0 or 3-0. Maybe it does, maybe it doesn't. But it's not too bad against that deck. Against Hello Happy World, their deck's a little scary, but they also just get free pluses on attack if they trigger a soul. And if they play Fever, you can't really deal with that unless you're playing the standby deck, but
then you have to deal with wind.
Yeah, you have to deal with wind either way.
Yeah.
So it's kind of just bad in general. So 8 gates, you guys just play against each other. 8 gates against them. They can play 8 wins. They can play win shot, stock so shot, stuff like that.
Options.
Their deck's pretty flexible too.
Foreshadowing for next videos.
Yeah, and then pace. So their deck is I think the deck's playable.
Well, I mean, now that they have the new Maya combo, so you can play 8 gates and not worry about.
You can play that 8 gates deck. There's no sinning, so none of that Ayalisa combo. 8 gates, and they're able just to sit on walls. You're kind of able to deal with those walls, but not really.
Like, if it happens, it happens at that point.
Yeah, like, they have the backup, It's kind of hard for you to deal with them, but since they're on attack, you don't really care, so you're just generating stock just to kill them. Then you just buns them if you're there compressed or something.
But yeah, that about does it for this video. If you like this type of content, like, comment, subscribe. Be on the lookout. We're not gonna let you guys know which band is next. You'll just have to find out next week for that one.
Yep.
Do we actually know what we're gonna do for it, or are we just gonna?
We'll figure it out, dude.
We'll figure it out. All right. Thank you guys for watching.
See ya.